Okay, no one can actually see the pile of books in front of me, so I think I'm going to start with doing the haul first and then updates after. Hello everybody, my name's Rebecca and welcome back to My Bookish Travels. I am so excited today. I am bringing you a pre-birthday book haul. So these are all of the books that I ordered / came in because they were pre-ordered before my birthday. So I'm very excited about all of these. I cannot wait to read them. Obviously, typical things to say. I wouldn't have bought the books otherwise. So I'm going to start today by sharing with you the books that I got. And if you want to stick around at the end of this video, I'm actually going to share a couple of updates with you guys on my life. The first book that I have is this beautiful edition of The Wit and Wisdom of Bridgerton by Julia Quinn. I am in love with this book. It is absolutely stunning. I have not finished all of the Bridgerton books, so I'm going to be holding off on reading this until I finish all of the siblings. Next, I have Honey So Sweet, Volume 8 by Amu Mageru, and I now have this entire manga series, and I am slowly making my way through this manga series. It's the one I am currently focusing on completing at the moment, and these covers are just so adorably cute. Unfortunately, with the light that I have, it's not really showing it very well, but if you looked at any of these covers, they're absolutely adorable and so shoujo-esque. I just can't. I almost have a toothache. They are so sweet. The next two that I have are the second and third in a trilogy, and that is China Rich Girlfriend and Rich People Problems, both by Kevin Kwan. It says Kwan, not Kwok. The next two that I have are the second and third in a trilogy, and they are China Rich Girlfriend and Rich People Problems by Kevin Kwan. I am so in love with the cover designs and just how these books are designed so far, and I cannot wait to start this and marathon through it now that I have the complete trilogy. The next one I have is quite a hefty book, and that is House of Leaves by Mark Z. Danielewski. And this one is supposed to be a very interesting book. I'm not sure if you can tell, but some of the pages have very little on them and others have full stories. From what I previously heard when this book first came out is it's a book within a book, or a book within many books. So I'm pretty stoked to actually sit down and read through this. I feel like it's going to be one that I'm going to read through a little bit slower just because there is so much to actually take in with this story. And again, it's quite hefty. Like, it looks thick and it feels thick. The next one I have is absolutely stunning, and that is this beautiful edition, which I haven't even taken the wrapping off of it, of Cinder by Marissa Meyer. This is the collector's edition of it, and it is just so beautiful, guys. Oh, this is so beautiful. So beautiful, so vibrant, and definitely is giving me full Cinder vibes. Two are connected with the Lunar Chronicles, and that is the Wires and Nerve duology. So this is Wires and Nerve, and this is On Rogue. Is it called On Rogue? Gone Rogue, not On Rogue. Gone Rogue. And these both are part of the Lunar Chronicles. And I believe these ones specifically are taking place connected with Cinder's world specifically. I could be mistaken. It has been a while since I looked at the synopsis of these, and I'm very, very excited, as always, to read these. The next one I had such a hard time finding a copy of, and that is Shakespeare's Christmas by Charlene Harris. This is the third book in the Lily Bard mystery series. I now have the complete series, and I can now continue on and finish reading all of them. I love this Lily Bard series. If you guys have not read it, it is so well written, and it definitely gives me cozy tea vibes, and it's just a very realistic yet lovable series to read, and definitely full of mystery. All right, here's where the chunker happens of this haul, and that is this stack here of Hot Gimmick. So I remember reading Hot Gimmick pretty like newbie stage of getting into manga, so it's taken me a while, but I finally got my hands on this full series. I have volume 2 through 12, as well as the special version at the end. So just so that you're able to see all of the beautiful covers, this is volume 2, volume 3, volume 4, volume 5. Very vibrant and early 2000s, I have to tell you, with the vibe I'm getting off of all of these covers. So this is a volume, let's count. This is volume 5, volume 6, volume 7, volume 8. Ooh, that one's not really coming out very well. Sorry, guys. Volume 9, volume 10, volume 11, volume 12, and I find it really interesting. Out of all of them, this final one actually has parental advisory explicit content right on the front. All of them now have it on the back, and this one it's all on the front right there. Like, not even hiding it. Nowadays, if you get something that's manga that has older content, it usually just says on the back, meant for older adults, not that it has like explicit content. I hadn't looked at the cover for the final one until like right before this video, and I was like, oh, it's right there in the front. Okay. And then finally, I have Hot Gimmick S, which is a novel. I believe this is an alternate ending to the original ending of the story, which I'm intrigued to see how I feel about that. Yeah, because I'm pretty positive when I read this when I was younger, I was okay with the ending. But this is supposed to give us, you know, a what if situation for an alternate ending, which I also find very interesting because most manga artists do not provide. The final 3 that I have to show are all pre-orders, and they came in roughly around the same time, but I'm very excited about. The first one is Because of Miss Bridgerton, and this is the prequel Bridgerton series by Julia Quinn. Also pre-ordered Rise of the School for Good and Evil by Somin Chainani, and this cover, guys, is so beautiful. I love this series so much. And finally, another Julia Quinn, and it is The Girl with the Make-Believe Husband. So, took me a bit, but I actually got through it. I'm very, very excited by that. And hopefully I didn't go by too slowly with those books. Finally, I'm going to just give you guys a little bit of an update. I have 2 pieces of news that are a little bit more sad or negative, and 2 that are actually quite positive. And I just realized this is not down. There we go. Tuck that away so you guys can't see it either. It didn't happen. So some of the sadder news is, number 1, the reason why I have had a little bit less with video content in the last month and a half, I would say, is because at the end of May, I ended up getting told that there were some changes taking place at my workplace. I still have a job, which I'm very thankful about, but it ended up bringing about some changes for my position. So I've just kind of been taking some personal time to come to terms with that, as well as kind of moving in the direction that my life is heading in. And once I have, you know, anything else I decide to share with you guys, I will share that. The other thing is, on the morning of June 25th, my dog Shadow passed away. So if anybody has come over from my previous channel that I changed into this one, you'll remember I did introduce Shadow to you many years ago. She was 9, and she ended up, it was around 2:30, she ended up taking a stroke, and she ended up having a seizure and then passing away shortly after. From start to finish, it was around 5 minutes. It was the first time we've ever had a dog that has passed away naturally, as well as, you know, in such a short, quick moment. So it was a little bit heartbreaking. Actually, it was a lot heartbreaking for all of us, but it was quite shocking for a lot of us going through that for the first time, as it's not something that we have had happen previously. She was very happy. She had had such an amazing day, and it's nice that we were able to be there around her at the time that she passed. She wasn't in any pain. She was as happy as she'd been earlier that day, and I think it was more that she just didn't understand what was taking place, and knowing that she wasn't in any amount of pain, that she did pass peacefully, even though it was quite traumatic for a lot of us going through that. I am thankful for the 9 years that I did have with her, and I am so thankful that she was a part of my life and was able to impact me, as well as a lot of other people that got to know Shadow and meet her and just love her for who she is. So those are the two sadder, more negative pieces of news that I want to share with you guys. And then moving on to some positive news. So I ended up taking 2 weeks, and I went on my first trip since before COVID. And I'm so thankful I had that opportunity to do that with my mom. It was a little bit sadder at the start because Shadow had passed away in that initial beginning part of the vacation. I'm thankful that we were there with her at the time, and it wasn't like we were hours away and it happened and we didn't have that time to be able to say our final goodbye to her. But we did 2 weeks of traveling, and my mom and I went to Toronto, Niagara Falls, Niagara on the Lake, and we made a quick stop in Barrie, and we also went to Ottawa. So I'm hopeful that I can take some of the footage that I filmed over the course of those 2 weeks and smash it together and create a little bit of a tour vlog, so you guys can kind of see some of the things that I saw and really enjoyed getting to do. So I'm glad that I had that 2 weeks with my mom. It was an epic birthday because her birthday started at the beginning of that trip, and my birthday was like the day before we ended the trip. So it worked out really well. We got to have an amazing experience. Absolutely loved it, and I am hopeful that we can do it again another day. The other thing that I wanted to share that was really exciting, and also why this video is being filmed so late in the evening today, is because a family member came over today to surprise me and took me out for a motorcycle ride, and it was my first time being on the back of a motorcycle, and I loved every minute of it. It was absolutely amazing. Such an amazing experience, and honestly, I feel so thankful. And honestly, if I've said honestly way too much, but it's one of those ones where, like, when I think back on what is something very epic, I would definitely have to say that getting to go for a motorcycle ride is probably tops on that list right about now. So that is everything. I hope you guys have had a great day. I hope you stay safe, stay well, and I will see you next time. Until then, have a great day. Bye, guys!